Okay, second intro. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is JWO. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing a little reaction. I'm going to try to not get triggered by this. This is going to be Stevie Knight. If you guys don't know who Stevie Knight is a reactor, music reactor specifically. He also has a second channel where it's called Night Talk. His last name is Knight, and he talks about stuff that he thinks is interesting. He's, I guess, on like some kind of red pill manosphere thing. I'm not really sure why. So we're gonna be reacting to him today. So let me make myself smaller, and we'll get into the reaction. Just so everyone knows, I used to watch Stevie Knight a few years ago, but once I found out he was a huge transphobe, that kind of ended. So let's get into this video. The video is called "Trans Women Are Women, Joe." It's someone talking to Joe Rogan. So let's get into this.
Do you know who's killed more people than ICE this year? Trans shooters. Do you know the majority of these high school shootings have been transgender people?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I love that he doesn't give like an intro or anything. He just sitting there watching it.
This transgender person, like, hey, can I run something by you? And I spoke with them. They described to me a level of oppression that genuinely fucking broke my heart. They said, hey, let me tell you, like, I am not allowed to use the bathroom at my own place of work. We've got like
That's not true. They're just not allowed to use the bathroom. It doesn't align with their biological sex.
Facts.
Okay.
But you got to realize, they're not all, listen, I genuinely think there's people that feel like they are in the wrong biological sex.
Sure.
Right? But there's also people that are fucking perverts. And they have a thing.
Joe says this a lot. I don't know why. I don't know where he gets this from, but there is literally no evidence for it, and he never brings anything up. And Stevie's not gonna either, because Stevie's an idiot. And instead of just like, oh yeah, here's the facts of this, and this is why this is happening, he doesn't. He just doesn't bring it up because it's not true. Why would trans people transition? Just like, it's so much to go through just to perv on women. It just doesn't make sense.
Thing called autogynephilia, and what that is they get a turn on by pretending to be a woman. They get excited by it, and they want to be around women, and they're creeps. And so you give them a fucking.
I'm sorry. What? Hold on, I have to look this up. I've never heard of this before. Autogynephiliac is a term for a natal male's sexual arousal by the thought or image of themselves as a female. Coined by Ray Blanchard, is categorized as a paraphilic disorder, often associated with non-homosexual male-to-female transgenderism and gender dysphoria. It's often described as a motivation for transition in some, but not all, trans women. Okay, so it sounds like it's just a part of. It sounds like it's just part of being a transgender person. That's insane. I love how he breaks it up. It's like, yeah, these people are weird. It's just transgender people.
Willy Wonka golden ticket to go into the women's locker room and the women's bathroom and stare at women and pretend you're a woman when you're just a crazy man. And you're actually into women.
No.
Okay.
No,
that's real too, man.
I don't doubt that that's real, and I know that it's a super complex, nuanced thing.
It is.
But here's what's not complex. What is...
Say, it ain't nuanced and complex at all.
It ain't complex at all, man or man, buddy. I'm from Georgia, but I wear a cowboy hat. Maybe don't wear a cowboy hat if you're not from Texas. You ever think about that?
To the normal people,
Normal
just
people.
have a trans, non-binary bathroom.
Why? Why would you have a trans
Where y'all
non-binary
go,
bathroom?
bro? Well, we're gonna get isolated. People are gonna, bro.
And listen, Stevie, I'm Hispanic, so I understand this dilemma you're having. Let me ask you: do you think that we should have separated bathrooms for black people and white people? No, separate but equal. So stupid, dude. Why? I can't.
Tough titty, man. Right? You have to tell people who you are anyway. You want people to refer to you as your pronoun, so they better know who the hell you is. You know what I mean? Lesser two evils, bro. We can't be allowing these autogynophilia creeps in the damn bathroom, and we can't allow anybody else that will want to take advantage of that opportunity to hurt women. We're going to leave the front door of the bank open 24 hours a day. We're going to leave the lock open, wide open, cash.
Hey, Stevie. I don't know if you know this, buddy, but anyone can walk into a bathroom, right? Like you know that, you as a let's say cisgender male. Sorry, I know you're probably not gonna like that, cisgender man. Let's say you wanted to walk into the women's bathroom. Honestly, what is stopping you? I technically nothing. But you don't walk into the women's bathroom, do you? No, you don't. Because you understand that's not the gender you are. But if you were a woman, let's say you're a transgender woman, you are a woman. You go in the women's bathroom. It's not male and female. It's men and women, which is a gender category. I know it's hard for you to put the concept in your brain. I know, because you haven't tried it. Maybe have you done any reading? I'm wondering if Stevie Knight's ever done any reading. It's muted now. What happened? Did I mute it? I muted it on accident.
We're just going to expect nobody not to go in there and take some shit. That's the same shit as letting anybody in the
You're
women's
just saying they're
bathroom.
criminals.
You
That's
think
all you're
ain't nobody
saying.
going there and try to capitalize off of that?
No.
It's a golden ticket to the chocolate factory, like he said.
I'm just gonna say this with very. I'm just gonna say this to you, and I'm gonna say it matter of factly, but I don't actually have any evidence for it, and I don't really care, because evidence hurts my, not my, but his theory, I guess. I don't even know what you call this, rambling. I don't know.
We worried about, no, fuck that. Hey, it is what it is. If they ain't got a bathroom to accommodate, you got to go to the bathroom that you were biologically aligned. Just go into a stall, close the door behind you, and have your privacy, dog. The entitlement of these folks to think that they can go in there. But it ain't even about them. It ain't even about them, bro. They gonna do what they want to do. It's these empathizers. These sympathizers, not even sympathizers. That's the wrong word, because I can empathize and sympathize with someone truly in that dilemma that is struggling with the status quo. You know what I mean? I can get that. But for these idiots to come up here and say it's a nuanced, complex situation and just overlook all the tragedies and trauma that real victim is going through, like, bruh, which one is worse, dog? Someone not being allowed to go to a bathroom they feel most comfortable in, or a little girl getting assaulted? You know what I mean?
Who assaults little girls, Stevie? Who by the I know you don't like looking up stats, because you're just saying random bullshit. Who attacks little girls in bathrooms? I'll give you a couple seconds. It's not transgender women. I'm telling you, it's not. It's people who look like you. It's people who look like me. It's the cisgender man, usually, and it's usually a family member also. But of course, again, Stevie doesn't like to look up actual facts and statistics because he's a bitch. And if you're watching this and you're wondering how to get under a cisgender man's skin, these conservative dudes who say stuff like this, if you call them a bitch, they hate it. They absolutely hate it. And you know why? Because they feel like you're comparing them to women who they don't like. They don't like women. Most of them. At least the commentators don't. Like Stevie, I don't even think Stevie likes women. And it's not like he's gay. I'm not saying he's gay. I didn't say that. I'm just saying he's probably one of these people that will go online, say all this stuff without any real facts behind it. And, but he's not actually like, I'm sure he's attracted to women. I'm not saying that. Just like, he doesn't, maybe, I don't really know a lot about him anymore. Maybe he doesn't think women, maybe he really doesn't think women don't deserve to vote. I don't know.
What we talking about? What are we talking about? Ain't nothing nuanced and complex about this shit, dog. All these fools need to get slapped. Damn, that shit hurt.
I'm gonna slap him. I'm gonna.
Damn. I hurt my hand, slapping my hand, because they got me frustrated, bro. What the fuck? My damn ring, it's because my ring hit right on that bone, like the ring, and I slapped it, hitting right on that bone right there.
His ring hit his hand. Aww.
Finger is tingling because of these Steve-O.
Oh, his finger's tingling.
Your chromosomes.
And
but here's what's not complex. What is your chromosomes?
Bars.
Right.
What's your chromosomes?
Okay, this is the same thing for competing. Right. All these fucking mental gymnastics that seemingly intelligent people do to justify.
Ooh, hey, he just called Steve-O seemingly intelligent, bro. You're an idiot, dog.
Stevie, I'm sorry to say this, man. I'm really sorry to say this. You're an idiot. What are your chromosomes? You don't actually know. You haven't been karyotyped. Most people aren't karyotyped. What are your chromosomes? Your chromosomes are probably triple or double XY. You don't know. They might be XY. Who knows? But you don't know. That's the other thing. When people just assume, your chromosomes. I'm assuming my chromosomes are XY, but I don't know. I think there's 30 different chromosomal pairings. We don't know what everybody is. We assume because that's, usually easier, but we don't know 100%, and you don't know. You don't know.
I hate to tell you, you're an idiot. Yeah, get him, Joe.
These fucking mental gymnastics that seemingly intelligent people do to justify biological males competing with females.
Oh, I'm with the, I don't think anybody's
It's the same
that.
thing.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Right.
And especially as speaking as a man who has daughters, like there are creeps. And if you give a creep, and I'm not saying all trans people are creeps.
Right.
But a lot of these fucking people that are in trouble for going into women's bathrooms dressed as a woman with a fucking beard and a heart on are just that. They're creeps.
Right, okay.
They're crazy men.
You notice how Joe will say that, but he won't actually provide any evidence for that happening? Kind of weird, isn't it? Almost like it never actually happens, and he wants it to happen so he can talk about it.
And these crazy men, their entire life, they would get beaten up for that. And now all of a sudden, they have to be accepted. So you've got two things going on at the same time.
For sure.
You've got people with gender dysphoria that genuinely wish they were a woman or genuinely wish they were a man. And by the way, it's men that are the problem. No one gives a fuck about trans men going into the men's bathroom. Come on in. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares? Oh, a girl's going to shit next to you? Or what is she going to do? She's going to pee out of a funnel? What is she going to do? Like,
hey,
no one's going to get hurt.
I'm not arguing
no
with
one's
you
going to
on
get
this.
hurt. This is the problem. When you allow perverts to have this hall pass to go into women's locker rooms and bathrooms.
Yeah.
So you can't say
Hey,
you're
Rogan talking that shit, boy. He's spitting hot fire right now, boy.
not allowed to use the bathroom where you work. That's not true. You're just not allowed to use the women's room where other women are in there because you're not a woman. And I know you wish you were a woman or whatever's going on,
Okay.
but you're
You know
not.
what? You make a very, very good point.
If you're a woman,
I hate when people go on Joe Rogan. They're like, oh, dude, you're actually making a good point. No, he's not. No, he's not. Joe Rogan's a fucking idiot. Okay? And I don't feel bad about saying that. I think Joe Rogan is probably one of the worst podcasters out there right now. He doesn't have... He just says stuff. He just says stuff. Just like Stevie. That's why Stevie probably likes him. They just say stuff. There's no actual facts or anything behind it. They're just saying random things. But then people will be like, "Oh no, dude, he's talking facts, dude. He's talking facts." No, he's not. He's not talking anything. He's talking bullshit. That's what Joe does. He's a bullshit trader.
talk to most women about this, and it's unless they're insanely captured by this woke ideology where they can't see reality and the fact that perverts are still a real fucking thing.
Yeah.
And this loophole. You've given loopholes. Like, there's men in prison. I think it's like 47 biological males in California are housed in women's prisons. Some of them.
Does Joe know trans women are biologically males? I was gonna say men. That's why I did the quotations. But they're biological males. That's what transgender women are. They're males who identify as being a woman. I don't understand the disconnect here, Joe. Oh, I forgot. Joe's a fucking idiot. I forgot. Sorry. Stupid.
Some of them are sex offenders.
Getting them
Some
girls
of them in
pregnant.
Canada. There's a guy in Canada that they had to pay for his boob job while he was in jail for being a sex offender.
Okay, hold on. I have to fact check this shit. What the fuck is he talking about? Was there a trans woman in Canadian prison who I'm assuming. Let me see. Hold on. Phone's being stupid again. Dude, what the hell? Okay. Yes, there have been documented cases of trans women in Canadian federal prisons receiving taxpayer-funded gender-affirming surgeries. Oh my god. I wonder what he's talking about specifically. Born in 2018. Hold on. I'll read it to you guys here in a minute. Give me a second here. Reported Tara DeSosa reported in 2018 as having received a full suite of gender-affirming surgery, including double D breast implants. They don't need to be that big. While serving a life sentence for violent crimes committed against children, she was housed at the Fraser Valley Institute, a women's prison in British Columbia. Amanda Cooper, a transgender inmate designated as a dangerous offender for sex offenses against women. Cooper underwent gender-affirming surgery in 2024, resulting in a vagina and breasts, while in a maximum security men's prison. She has since been fighting to be transferred to a women's prison. Yeah, probably not. That's kind of weird that you would want to be around women even though you're an offender against women. That's weird. Correctional Service Canada policies. Under current CSC policy, which aligns with federal human rights legislation, gender-affirming surgeries are considered medically necessary and costs are covered by taxpayers. That's probably not good. I don't agree with that. Inmates can apply for transfer to prisons that align with their gender identity, except for that one guy or that one woman who assaulted other women. As of October 2025, there are 90 inmates identifying as transgender in the federal system, with 17 housed in women's prisons and 73 in men's prisons. These cases have generated significant debate regarding the safety of female inmates in women's prisons and the use of public funds for such procedures. I probably don't agree. With the taxpayers paying for them. That's kind of weird. I actually never heard about this, so that's very odd that that's happening. But yeah, maybe don't move that one woman to the women's prison because she has done that to other women. That's not good. It's not good. But that's in Canada. We are not in Canada. No, I muted it again. Hold on.
I'm not arguing with
There's
any of that.
men who have pretended to be women, gone into women's prison, had sex with women and impregnated them. There's men who have sexually assaulted and raped women in prison that are pretending to be women with functional dicks.
I just thought, man,
Okay, just because you have a dick does not mean you're a man. Okay? It's a whole porn category about it, dude. Like, listen, probably not good to do that, but as long as everything's consensual, I don't know why it matters.
I heard what they had to say about, politicians trying to put them in internment camps and,
Who's doing that? What politicians are saying they should be put in
I think that
internment
there
camps?
was some kind of,
There might be one.
What are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about?
What are we talking about?
No point. Just laughing. No point.
Oh, bruh.
What was that?
That was real, dog. And then even the trans people, or the ones actually
It's not actually the trans people. I just hate trans people. What do you mean, dude? What the fuck are you talking about?
experiencing whatever it is, the ones that are having these concerns because of what they have to deal with. It's these idiots, the ones that have swallowed this woke ideology hook, line, and sinker and just have been blinded to reality, bro. Right? Where the only thing that snap you out of it is if someone close to you becomes a victim. Right? Oh, okay, you get it now, huh? You get it now. Now I don't want not near. I don't give a damn what your situation is. You ain't coming.
Dude, Stevie, you have to stop with this black accent, dude. I know you don't talk like that. I know you don't talk like that in real life, dude. Do not. Stop doing the black accent, dude. I know you don't talk like that. I know you don't. Because when you talk about Clandis Owens, you don't talk like that. There's no way you talk like that. You stop doing that. You need to stop doing that.
In this motherfucking bathroom. Yeah, you see the light now, don't you, motherfucker? Bruh. Give a damn about how I don't give a damn how anybody feels, bro.
I don't care about how anybody feels. But I need to feel safe. I need to feel safe. I need to feel safe. I don't care what anyone else feels. I need to feel safe. Okay. Maybe we should put guys like Stevie in front of women's bathrooms as like bouncers, and they could do like genital checks. Would that be okay for you guys? Would you like that? So you get to like grab onto women all day. You would probably like that, wouldn't you? You fucking weirdo.
Give a damn about your feelings when it comes to somebody actually experiencing physical pain. The hell, what we talking about?
One kook out there that's saying that to try to get attention. There's no movement to try to put transgender people in internment camps.
okay, well then I'll land on this.
Do you know who's killed more people than ICE this year? Trans shooters. Do you know the majority of these high school shootings have been transgender people?
That's not true.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, we have to understand that, like, what is more important? One person's feelings or the safety of all these women? And the safety of all these women is much more important.
Yep.
So you gotta be kind to people, but also you gotta have rules. There's a reason why there's a woman's room and a men's room. It's because some men are fucking creeps. And if you allow those creeps to just put on a dress, well, And again, I'm not saying all
You might as
trans
well
people.
not have no man in women's bathroom. But then you have some idiots out here to say we don't need men in women's bathrooms.
I mean, we could have all gender bathrooms so that everyone's together. That might be easier for everybody. Just having all gender bathroom. But Stevie wouldn't like that, because then he wanted to get the rail against trans women using the bathroom. So he probably wouldn't be in favor of that.
We don't need men in women's locker rooms. We don't need men in women's sports. Just test their testosterone.
People are like
we already
that
do
at all,
that,
but
so
you can't
good
have that
fucking
loophole.
point.
You can't. Let's like you can't have an open border. Doesn't mean that all immigrants are murderers, and you don't think that either, right?
But
don't. Some people
Well, Joe
that
does
sneak
think that,
across the
though.
border, if you don't check, are going to be murderers. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
So you have to have a fucking closed border to check, and you have to have a gender border too.
Yeah. Well, God damn it. And my only
He
takeaway
cooked.
from my experience that I was relating to you is that it made me feel compassionate.
Well, that's
And
nice.
I want to be a good.
That's good. A better reason would be it's fucking.
Steve-O, next time you go on Joe Rogan's podcast, you have to rail against him like he does. We cannot keep allowing Joe Rogan to control the conversation over something he doesn't understand. This dude that has admitted to doing testosterone, that's gender affirming care, you fucking idiot. But no. He's not railing against all trans people. Just the freaks and the weirdos he doesn't like. You're a weirdo. All bald people are weird.
Stupid to get a boob job.
Yeah, but what? How are you not compassionate for the real victims, though? Well, I ain't gonna say real because you got.
What victims, Stevie? What victims? Tell me the victims. You can't. You physically can't. There is no actual evidence of trans women assaulting anybody. Men pretending to be women, that's different. Those are cis men pretending to be women because they like to assault women. Those aren't trans women. They're not. You notice how Joe never actually said trans women are the problem? It's the men that are the problem. Isn't that kind of weird? I mean, Stevie hasn't even acknowledged that. He's literally just talking about how some trans women are affecting other people, but he never actually made the point that Joe made, that men, not women, men are using the trans thing to then assault other women and girls. Stevie can't acknowledge that, though, because once he acknowledges that, his whole thing falls apart. Now, I know what Joe said sounded like very transphobic, because it is transphobic, because he's a transphobe. But if you actually listen to what he actually said men, which I agree with. Some men, not all men, some men do like to be assaulting women and kids. So I think it's really funny that Stevie never actually said that in this video. So if you're a Stevie fan, isn't it kind of weird he didn't actually say that? He said, sorry, things talking about here. He said trans women. Well, he didn't say trans women. He said all them weird freaks to make you think it's trans women. But it's actually not. It's actually cis men. People who are men.
Trans victims as well, but how you not gonna be compassionate for the other side of it, bro? How you not gonna be compassionate for the worst, the ones that are actually being victimized?
Show some
Like,
studies,
how that
son.
work? How
Show
does
some
that
stats.
work, bro?
Come on,
Like,
show it.
it's like 1 + 1 equals pi to them.
1 + 1 equals
You know,
pi.
just because somebody feels
What?
a certain way. Oh, it's not fair, bitch. Fuck fairness, dog. You got girls out here getting mollywops by these fucking
Where?
weirdos.
Do it. No
Where?
one's gonna like you more. I think you're cool because you got a boob job at
Right.
52.
I'm glad.
Don't.
I'm glad that.
How old are you now?
51.
Yeah, that's too old for a boob job.
Yeah.
Even if you're a girl.
I'm
Stop. Unless you just
really-
got divorced, you're like, I need some new dick. I gotta go.
I'm really glad that I didn't do it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But if you were here with a boob,
That's crazy that he's that old, though, man. Because typically, I mean, There's a bunch of old ass wokies out here, bro. But typically that woke shit is a young.
Wokies. Oh my god, dude. I'm a Wokie, dude. Because I actually care about people. That's wild. That's so funny to me. I wonder, I'm gonna have to see if Stevie made a fucking video about Charlie Kirk, dude. This fucking guy. This fucking guy, dude.
Contagion, man. Like the older you get, the more conservative you typically become. Where, you know, common sense just rules all, dog. So
that's not true.
Got old fucks that swallowed the damn woke pill. It's crazy to me. But anyway, Joe Rogan was dropping that shit, boy.
Okay. If Stevie ever watches this, I have a question for you. What do you think we should do about all the trans and non-binary people we have right now? Should we just keep letting them live their lives, or should we forcibly transition them back to what they were supposed to, what they were born as, or do you think we should just I don't know, put them in prison or kill them, or what? What are we gonna do? Because it's really funny to me that people are like, well, the older you get, the more conservative you get. That's just not true. That's just not true. It really depends on who you are. I have been left leaning my entire life. I was 11 when Barack Obama got elected. I voted in my first election in 2016. I voted for Jill Stein, which I regret. I voted for Bernie in the primaries 2 times, 2016 and 2020. And then I voted for Biden in 2020. And then I voted for Kamala in 24. I voted for Whitmer a whole bunch of times. I'm going to probably vote for the Democrat next time, even though I don't like the Democrats, depending on I guess it depends on who the Democrat is. But, like, this just isn't true. I enjoy being on the left. I like being compassionate to people and having empathy for people and sympathy for people. Except for people who abuse kids or abuse women or even abuse men. I mean, patriarchy affects everybody. But the problem is Stevie can't look past his nose. He is always going to look up at you or look like I don't know the phrase, but he's never going to actually do any real anything because he thinks he's right. And I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, you're not right. Actually, you're wrong. You're very wrong. But hey, I guess that's a conversation for next time. Thank you everybody for watching. Like the video if you liked it, and send this to Stevie Knight. Maybe I can get an interview with him and talk to him about some of the stuff. Not a debate. I don't want to do a debate, but I want to have a conversation because even though I like watching debates, they're not really that productive. It's more just for fun. So if you know Stevie and you want him to watch this, send this to him. Tell him I want to have a conversation with him, and maybe we can make that happen. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a good day.